Eddie,
This is Nicole. Welcome to Beyond the Grind.
let's talk about it.
So I've been seeing my algorithm on Instagram. It's been showing me a bunch of stuff, but one of the things that my algorithm has been showing has been talking about parenting, and I don't know if there's just a shift in the mindset of the parents right now and feeling like a desire to understand their children better or even understand ourselves better, because a lot of times I feel as though the videos have been showing like parents trying to heal from their traumas and not raise their children with a stance of trauma, but more so in a position of having them break those bonds and break those patterns that have contributed to the things that aren't so favorable.
So, I got a question.
I might have an answer.
So, what do you think about this statement? And you know, we know the statement because our parents used to do it to us. Well, I don't know if you know the statement, but
Well, let's see. Is it a cultural statement or?
it's one of those statements where it's like, because I'm the parent, I can do this. Whatever it is.
Oh, like, okay, let's do an example. I'm the little kid. Go ahead.
Okay, so you playing the video game, right? And I'm gonna do it in today's day and age. And you got your cell phone over there on the, and then I just come take your cell phone and just start going through it. And you like,
Whoa, that's mine.
right? Do you think that's fine to do?
As a parent.
As a parent,
and I bet this is the line that they're originally gonna say. Like, I pay for the bills. It's my phone, right?
Right,
That kind of
right,
thing.
right.
Okay,
So what do you think about that in today's day and age?
in today's day and age, there are several things that
You had to think about it. See?
You know why? Because for a parent, okay, so let me dissect the situation and then I'll give on what I would do. It would determine why am I doing that? Is it because I sense something that is happening that is dangerous? Am I sensing that my child has found themselves in a situation where they could be a victim? Or am I sensing that my child has found themselves to be in a situation where they're a predator and causing harm to someone else? So is it because of me not trusting them, because of patterns of their character have displayed on why that's happening? It show little clues to say like, hey, something's off here. So that would be my thought process. And why would the parent just do that? I don't know if I would take that approach, like to do it in that manner.
Well, what manner would you do it in?
So what is the age of the kid? Give me the age of the child.
Well, I mean, a typical
Like
child that would
16?
have a cell phone. No, just say if it was like, because 13, 14, 15, 16 and up.
Okay, so
just say if it was between 13 and 16. And, because, you know, they got phones now. They got tablets. They got Snapchat.
they got more than what we ever did.
We
had Walkman.
In the party line. I don't know if you know the party line.
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I was saying like, I didn't, no.
Party line you could call and just, it was like a number that everybody had, anybody can call in, and you can just talk to random people throughout the whole state, and people can say what they want.
During our time also, we had the house phone where your parent could pick up the phone anywhere in that house and just
hear everything that was on there.
So we didn't have these like private little
roadblocks and all this kind of stuff.
Where like you could be in chat rooms and for all you know, you could talk to like a 50-year-old man.
Right.
But so I'm the way I personally parent, I parent a lot with conversation. So I don't give that explanation of because I said so or don't question me because I'm the adult. Because as much as I am the adult and you're the child, I'm a human and you're a human. So I do parent from a mutually respectful position.
Right.
I want you to respect authority, but I also want you to respect my authority because I have earned it. And I have proven that you can respect my authority. So me just snatching your phone, that's not my personality when normally it would be a conversation. Like, hey, I right now don't trust you. I'm a very transparent person, period. Like, but I'm not trusting your actions, or I'm concerned about blah. Can I take a look at it? And if you're not, can I take a look at it? I'm going to take a look at it. And if their thing is like, well, why? Well, if what you're doing is on the up and up, why not?
So why do you think parents back in the day They just feel like they can do anything. I remember when I was growing up, one of the number one sayings that the parents would say, not my parents. I had good parents.
I did too.
I really did.
No, I agree. I did too. And you turned out really well. I met them. They're amazing people.
Well, thank your mom as well.
Thank you.
But I do remember hearing this saying all the time. I brought you in this world so I can take you out of this world.
Didn't Marvin Gaye's dad say that too? And he actually took his son out.
You know,
he actually did it.
So imagine saying that in this day and age to like the kids. Like when we was growing up, I mean, yeah, me and my brothers did some bad things. Like,
yeah.
And when I say bad, like my dad would always say, if it's a life or death matter, like it's a punishment behind it.
Yeah.
We was getting a beating. My grandma, if it was a life and death matter, she would make us pluck the switch off the tree
and get a nice size one.
And you get the long ones, and you think they all right, but
that was before my time. I didn't get hit with no switches, but I definitely understand.
Yeah.
And I don't want to scrutinize. I feel like during that time they did the best that they thought they were doing with the limited information that they had. And then sometimes if you dissect culturally, where that derived from, it came from a possessive kind of way, because at one point in time, like, I feel like children were viewed as possessions, like you would something materialistic, rather than humans, where it was very easy to have the exchange with the child of not really concerning their emotions and everything being fluffed off because they're just kids, versus acknowledging the fact of, yeah, but they're humans and they have feelings. And we can't just fluff them off, because these tiny little beings are going to grow up to be adults. And if we don't give some validity to how they feel now, they're going to grow up not feeling like anything, like not expressing their emotions and not feeling like their emotions are validated. So I feel as though back in the day there was a lot of parenting from the perspective of possession, where you go wrong, because these are humans, they're not things.
Right. So the way I'm understanding it from you, you always know about the thing. So if you wanted to, say, go through your daughter's tablet, because they have friends and things of that sort.
Correct.
And just say they was at dance class. Would you just go in there, or would you wait for them to come home from dance class and then say, hey, I need to look through your tablet?
Well, my oldest is 10. I will say this. I don't need to sneak to do anything. So anything I do, I'm going to tell them whether they're in front of me or they're not in front of me. But I actually go through their tablets now. Not because of
no, I'm not.
Not necessarily even because of me not trusting them. It's not because of that. It's, I don't know, with the way technology is, I feel like any parent should be aware of what chat rooms or what their child is exposed to. So even with some of the games, and my children, they play, was it Minecraft or, I don't know, one of those games. So it's like, I know that those games have chat rooms where I'm just monitoring like the exchange and be like, all right, it's cool.
Right.
I'm not looking for anything. I'm just making sure, like, all right, they're safe. But when it comes to as they get older, I feel as though it should be a conversation. One, I will hope that they are trusting their instincts, and the way I have been impressing upon them is, you want to make the right decisions, not for me.
Right.
There's gonna be times you're gonna get away with stuff because I'm not all knowing. Like, you're going to get away with stuff. You should just be held accountable because God sees it, and at the end of the day, you have to go to sleep with your actions. You need to be okay with you.
Right.
So I want to impress upon them their own personal barometer and gauge on their actions versus trying to please me, because then it can become a thing of manipulation.
Right.
That only for what she can see, I'm doing the right stuff.
Right stuff, yeah.
But what she can't see, I'm okay with doing the wrong things. And I want them to know, I'm not your barometer. Like, that shouldn't be it. It should be God.
Right.
And it should be your own character, because you are going to get away with stuff. So, but I communicate. I'm going to be like, hey, let's take a look at this. But I don't feel as though I should be throwing around my weight as a parent to kind of like mute you. Where it's like, don't question me. I'm a parent. Or I can call you a name, and then the child, now respectfully, I'm not saying call me a name, but aren't you teaching your child how to interact with you by the
Right.
way you interact with them?
Yeah.
So if I'm talking down to you
Or
there's
cursing
gonna be-
and all this.
yeah, there's gonna be
yeah.
a point in time where you're gonna think that this is appropriate on how you respond back to me, and it's like no,
Right.
like no, there's a level of authority, but there's still a level of respect, and I want you to respect me as much as I respect you.
That's deep.
I mean, shouldn't it be that way?
No, I mean, well, I mean, in the era we grew up in, I think you isolate and identified the fact that it wasn't no like talking back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I said, this is what it is.
You were almost deemed disrespectful if you gave a facial expression. It's like,
Oh yeah, you get
like
hit.
that's just natural. Like,
Yeah.
like okay, you hit me, and it's like, don't be frowning. Ow. Well, you hit me, so like now I have to stop what's natural in me to like
That's
my natural response because of and this, and I'm not saying all parents, but because your ego doesn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's challenging. Not even challenging. It's just unique to hear like you say that, particularly somebody our age, because we went through that era.
Yeah.
So you know, ultimately we would ultimately think like, this is the way it was for me. This is the way it's going to be for my kids.
Exactly. I feel like you and I may be like the unicorn situation.
Yeah, it's very different.
The way I grew up in my household, like my mom wasn't. I grew up with my mom and dad, but I always say mom because my mom was the one who was like the disciplinary.
Right.
But it wasn't those. My mom disciplined through speeches.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't have to get spanked. It wasn't a lot of physical reprimand. Now there was times that I did, but I knew not to test her. But there was a lot of conversations.
Right.
So there was always guidance. And I think that's why I have always taken the approach of guiding my children on their decisions, their repercussions, because that's how I grew up.
Yeah, that's the era, like you said, I grew up in.
Yeah, so
my dad,
but their parents
mm-hmm.
grab that switch.
Right.
Don't you say anything.
Yep.
And if you say something, I'm going to hit you harder.
Yeah.
Then your teachers can hit you.
So do you believe
that's
that's the thing? Like, I think when we was growing up, like the whole neighborhood was like the community. You know what I mean? Like, if I go to my grandma's, like Miss Margaret next door, she had just as much of authority over me as my parents when my parents weren't around. Yeah. So I had to operate in the form that, oh shoot,
there's eyes.
Yeah, all over.
There's eyes everywhere.
Mr. Marvin, Mr. Garnett.
Yeah.
All these people. I'm like, so it was like, I gotta act to a certain standard, and I believe that a lot of times nowadays people think that the kids are disrespectful because they didn't go to that level of discipline. They didn't go through, oh shoot, if I do this, I can get a beating.
I wonder if it's the...
What's your thoughts on it?
So I'm big on balance, right? And I do feel as though the sense of community back then, like there were things that were wrong, but the sense of community to me was important.
Right.
Where it's like if my mom wasn't around or my dad wasn't around, knowing that this wasn't necessarily my era, but I'm saying knowing like if your parents weren't around, there was someone else who would hold, like they knew the principles that you were being raised with and they will hold you accountable.
Right.
So I think more than anything, I feel like the lack of accountability has been diminished in this time that we are in.
Yeah.
Where we leave everything to, in a sense, the states to kind of handle.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, we leave it to the counselors, or we leave it to the school, or we leave it to, when you get older, the police. Mm-hmm. Where if we would have kind of got a lot of these situations together when they were younger, it wouldn't even make it to that. And I feel as though I'm not big in punishment. I believe in discipline. So I feel as though there's a lack of repercussions.
Hold on. Let's take a few steps back so we can walk 6 miles forward together.
All right, let's go. Hand in hand.
So what's the difference between punishment and discipline to you?
Personally, and this is a conversation that I don't like, we're going to have to unpack at another time, but a lot of times I feel as though our system of putting people in jail is punishment and not discipline. Because if you're a person, like when you talk about even isolating somebody in jail.
Right. So
you want them to lose their mind, like to break them down mentally, like that's punishment. How is that reforming them? If you're a person who has a drug addiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your desire for drugs is normally dealing with the desire to escape reality. That's the core of what it is.
Right.
It's just manifesting through drugs, and that's your outlet. You going into jail because of you being an addict doesn't deal with the problem. That's just punishment for your body. You go through the withdrawal and all these things, but you still never handled what reality has been so deep for you to escape.
Right.
So there's been no discipline, and then you do something wrong in jail. So with a mindset that's already kind of fractured, you do something wrong, now I'm going to put you in solitary confinement and make you go even crazier.
Be by yourself.
That's punishment. Like, I don't get, like, that to me doesn't justify a character change. Even with children, sometimes punishment can be just spanking them. And for instance, I have, like, let's say if my child is a person who has an anger problem and their reaction to every situation is to hit or to bite or to do whatever.
Right.
How am I teaching that child anything if my response to them would be to hit them harder?
And what would your response be to a child that did something like that nowadays? If they was kicking or biting or something of that sort?
Well, one, I believe in letting who like, restrain them and make them stop touching you. So if it's like, let's say if it's one of my children to another child, restrain that kid and say, don't touch me. But my discipline for a situation like that would be something simple of, like, one, it's gonna be a conversation with
the offender.
Yeah.
The biter.
And there's gonna be a consequence. Something's gonna be taken away. But in that moment, maybe because it's like the tangible mindset that I have, I might pull out some weights for you to hold out, like, depending on your age, and you're going to feel the weight of your actions, and you're going to hold that for a little, because I want you to hold the weight of it, and just how heavy that is, that's what your actions did to this person. That's how you made somebody else now carry the burden of you being out of control of your little baby emotions.
So you talking about workout weights?
Yeah.
Darn, that's deep.
Obviously, I must have done that before.
But that is dope, though. Yeah.
But it's still
the weight can get heavier if they do something more serious.
As you get older, yeah. Like, now it's an age and stage. I started at 1 pound, but it's because I want you to understand the ramifications of your actions. Don't always just stop with you. When you don't know how to control yourself, you're always affecting someone who's next to you. So yeah, feel the weight of that, and you feel how heavy that is. Well, you just put that into their lap when you lost control.
It's kind of like somebody that go out and have a DUI and kill somebody else's kid in a car accident.
Yeah, but that's why I say sometimes we really do have to break it down to the origin of what are you suffering from. And I saw something online when they're like, people who do drugs and people who, like, harm themselves. And I forgot what was the other example. They were like, they're all trying to escape a reality.
Right.
And a lot of times it's like, if we break down just that type of pain of, like, well, what reality is so harmful and traumatic for you that you're trying to escape? And if we can deal with that, you know how we can show them other outlets and other means to deal with the rest of the situation.
Right.
And it all starts with validating, I don't care whether you're this young or however old you are, validating the fact that you also are human and you deserve respect, and your voice deserves to have a microphone and know that someone's willing to listen to it.
No, yeah, I agree with that. And I think another part of it, as you know, I lost a brother to addiction. Mm-hmm. So I had a firm hold on, like, assessing and asking questions, asking them questions about, like, why. So most of it didn't deal with trying to escape reality, because that's a core thing that my dad always says too. He's like, they're just trying to escape reality. Mm-hmm. Most of it dealt with, okay, now that I have tried to escape reality, this thing that I've started, I can't live without it because it has become a function such as air. Yeah, they will physically get sick.
Oh, yeah, it's a chemical. Yes.
It's a chemical air.
So that, I'm sorry, let me address that. I do understand that.
Yeah.
Like, my father was an addict, so it chemically alters you.
Yes.
So even if the escape and the high initially originally came from like the escape of whatever, escaping
going
the
through.
reality, it does alter you where now your body needs it. And that's what I'm saying,
fight.
even like the withdrawal, the detox.
2 things. You fighting 2, 3, 4 things.
Yes, because it becomes this, it alters you. Even you think of the food, people who have food addictions.
Yeah.
To me, that's one of the hardest addictions to get over. Because
Other than that.
Because you need food. I'm saying food is the one thing you need to survive. So
all these addictions are bad. We got to do a cast about the gambling addiction, sex addiction,
food addiction, drug addiction.
Jesus,
some like
you can get addicted to anything.
How come we're never addicted to something like healthy? And even
how about them couponing people?
Right, that's an. I think the addiction is like the obsession of doing something that's. It all comes to me like not having a balance. Now, certain things like. There is no way to justify being like addicted to meth. Like there's no balance there. You just shouldn't. It's a chemical.
Right.
But when you think of certain addictions, it does come from like we also live a world of gluttony and chasing highs, chasing more.
Yeah.
Because there's no contentment. So it's like I need more. Like what I have is not enough. So I need more. More because you have some people who are obsessed with like chasing. Not even success, but like riches, where you don't care how it affects anybody around you. You will hurt them, cut them, whatever, just to be rich.
I mean, when this is last question.
Yeah.
When do you think enough is enough?
For me personally or for someone else? Because I can't make that decision for you.
I want to know from someone that is balanced as you, when is enough?
For me, I gauge my all right, enough is enough and I can't take it no more. And I make that conscious decision when I realize it's affecting other areas of my life where I'm no longer showing up as my best self, which means I have now diverted. It's almost like idolatry. I have now idolized this one thing in my life so much where it's so consuming that it has taken from other areas. That's where my enough is like,
that's deep.
I gotta let it go. What about you? You answer that question and we'll end with that.
I don't. My natural thought when you went over all that, I was thinking like when you was talking about people that are like chasing money and chasing this and chasing that. And I was really thinking on like financial aspect for anybody because it's just like, and I tell my dad this all the time, I'm like, people are literally killing themselves over a piece of paper and it's never going to be enough. Like no matter how much you got, it's never going to be enough. Like you're always going to need more.
Yep.
And when you said what you said, I thought about it to that aspect of even the statement where you said like it's detrimentally affecting you. I think at some point, no matter what adult you are, and I don't know the facts behind this, and I think I'm going to research it.
Yeah.
I believe most adults at least think about making money probably 10 to 15 to 20 times a day.
I probably agree. If not, that's a minimum. I'm with you on that.
And it's sad.
It is.
That society has made money more important than anything else. And if you really understand it, you realize that you're never going to have enough of it.
And you know what makes it even sadder? Saddier. Wow. You know what makes it even more sad?
That's a new word, saddier.
Saddier. You know what makes it more saddier? Don't be highlighting me messing up. It's the braces. It's like, but what makes it to me even more sad is we also have created society where the reason why we think of money is because now the things that the necessities of life that we need to just survive takes money. Food, clothes, shelter, water. Like, we got to pay for all of that.
It's funny you said that. There was a guy that did a social media video recently, and he was talking about how society has brainwashed everybody. And he was talking about how the whole system is structured as a scam. And he was talking about, like paying taxes. He was like, it's a scam. God gave us as people everything that we need when it comes to food and water. And you can organically and naturally just go get it. But you would set up to believe, oh, I need to go to the grocery store to get food.
Yeah.
I need to go to the grocery store to get water. When organically all this stuff was provided.
It grew from the ground.
It's provided for us. Like, what if you extract the financial aspect of society and say, okay, go function under this being? I wonder how many people would actually survive.
Not a lot.
On the next episode of
Beyond the Grind.
Let's Talk About It.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Beyond the Grind.
Let's talk about it.